Alright, so as you can tell by the title, this is gonna be my settings slash like video settings video. And it's just about like, you know, keep my keybinds, my video settings, my peripherals, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep it short and I'll just get right into it. Alright. So to start it off, we go to gameplay, and the interact prompt, compact, off, extra shield icon, stacking, because the other ones I don't really like, they kind of get in the way for me. I just like to keep it on stacking. Minimap rotation, because it gives me like a COD feeling, since I used to be a COD player a while ago, so yeah. I had to keep auto sprint off, because really when you're trying to walk up on somebody, you can't really shoot until there's like a stopping animation before you actually shoot the gun. But with when you have auto sprint off, you can kind of walk and there is no like stopping. So whenever you press W, it's not gonna make you sprint. Other than like, let's say you're trying to strafe and you like press W, it's gonna make you sprint. That's it doesn't feel that smooth when you're trying to fight someone. So yeah, I just like to keep it off for that reason. Alright, next, taking damage, closes death box off, because I like to loot while taking damage sometimes, and it gets annoying when it just closes it and you have to reopen it. That could get you killed sometimes, it's happened to me before, so yeah. Alright, so I use Tritanopia because I used to watch people like Lyric that use Tritanopia, and it kind of looked cool to me, and I wanted to use it too. And default was kind of getting too normal for me, so then I just switched to Tritanopia just to try something new out, and yeah, I felt pretty good with it. So my mouse and keyboard settings, I play 800 DPI, 1.6 in-game sense. My ADS mouse sensitivity is 1. I have scroll wheel up for my secondary move forward, so I could do things like tap strafing, which is pretty useful, to be honest. I think tap strafing is underrated, at least when it first came out, or got announced that tap strafing was a thing in Apex. People didn't really think it was going to be useful. But I actually think using it to like, turn corners and kind of like do like 180s around like certain walls and stuff is actually pretty useful, especially when you need to get around places quick. So yeah. My sprint is left shift, jump is spacebar, and scroll wheel down. Scroll wheel down because I used to play CS and I used to be hop a lot, and that's kind of the main thing I did in CS. I didn't really try too much in that game. But yeah, I kind of was used to jump on scroll wheel and I kept it like that. And I also like to keep jump on spacebar because when you're looting, you can't use scroll wheel to jump, and it's kind of helpful to be able to jump around and loot because it makes yourself harder to hit. So yeah. Next, toggle crouch is L because I don't really use toggle crouch much anyways, so I just kept it far away from any other keybind because I don't use it other than when I'm going AFK. My hold crouch is C because my thumb naturally laid there anyways, so I might as well just put it on C. I don't know, it's pretty much preference, but yeah, I kind of was used to my thumb being there because my Minecraft sprint bind was V and it's literally right next to C, so I was used to leaving my thumb there. So yeah. My tactical is Q, ultimate Z, interact is E, inventory is tab. I think everything else should be default, except for ADS is right click. ADS hold is right click. My melee is one of my side mouse buttons. It's on my left side. I have two, one on the top. I don't know if you can see it. One on the top, one on the bottom. My melee is the top one, and my push to talk is the bottom one. Everything else should be default. I don't really use these preset like 4, 5, 6, 7, stuff like that for like heals. I just use 4. My inspect weapon is V and control, because you can do stuff like stall, I guess, what you could call it, like stall like kunai, or if you're on like someone that you don't have an heirloom or someone that doesn't have an heirloom, you kind of just like run around doing this. It can get annoying to some people, but I like to do it just to pass time while I'm bored and just running around the map. Yeah, my push to talk is the bottom mouse button, as I said before. So yeah. My audio, I like to keep it at 30 master, 70% sound effects. Onto video settings, I play full screen. I wouldn't really touch these two. I like to keep it on full screen. My aspect ratio is 16:10. I don't really play native or 4:3. My resolution is 1728 by 1080. This is a custom resolution that you have to put on your monitor, and I'll show you guys how to do that after this. My brightness is 70%. My field of view is 110, or max you could say. My sprint view shake is on minimal. If you have it on normal, I'd recommend going to minimal. It just makes your screen shake less. Everything else is on low, except for my texture streaming budget. I use medium because I just like it in between. So yeah. Alright, and now to peripherals. I use a Glorious Model O. It's better than a Dell mouse that I used to use, so yeah, it's the best one that I've used before. I don't really know what keyboard I use. One of my uncles had got it, and I've just been using it ever since. Alright, so now onto my mouse and NVIDIA settings. To get to these mouse settings, you want to type in mouse settings. Should be the first one. You go to additional mouse options. I don't use any type of custom pointer. I just keep it on none. My pointer option is, I think this is default, which is like 6 out of 10. Enhanced pointer precision, I have off. Alright, so for my NVIDIA control panel, you want to go to adjust settings with preview. I'd go to use my preference, emphasizing, and then I drag it all the way down to performance. I think default is either the middle or quality, but I drag it down to performance just for better FPS. Now my global settings, these are all sets for better FPS. These are most optimized. You can try these out if you want. But yeah. Okay, so now if you want to have a custom resolution of 1728 by 1080, like I have, go to click on custom, click on create custom resolution, go to horizontal pixels and type 1728 by 1080, and 1080 is already default unless you have a different monitor. Click test. Do you want to save this resolution? Click yes. And now you will have a custom resolution of 1728 by 1080, and that's what I use in Apex. Okay, now my desktop color settings. I think everything should be default. I haven't really messed with this at all, and I just kind of want to keep it that way. I haven't really messed with it, so yeah, brightness 50%, contrast 50, gamma 1, digital vibrance 50%. So yeah. So my adjust desktop size position is for scaling. I have it on full screen. Performance scaling on GPU. Override the scaling mode, separate games and programs. I have that checked off. So yeah. Alright, I just wanted to say before the video ends, thank you so much for everyone that's been supporting me recently, and that's taking their time to even stop by my Twitch streams that I do every day, by the way. And I appreciate you all, I really do. And I'll be posting more for sure and streaming every day as usual. So yeah, thank you so much again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.